All right, hi. So I wanted to make this video addressing the concerns of Lucid D, who made some comments on one of my videos. He states that he's having some cognitive, dissonance regarding whether or not the person who I have pictured is in fact Bob Lewis, DDJ, what have you. So let's get started. I'm going to try to be short and sweet since I have only a 15-minute window here. Okay. The first thing he says is that I am under the impression that Bob Lewis was a pseudonym DDJ used for the feminist lie. Is that incorrect? Yes, that is incorrect. That is his actual name. What he was doing was following his ghost in plain sight philosophy. He also probably did some research and saw that there was at least two other prominent people named Bob Lewis, one being a computer tech guy and another being an athlete, I think, that played for some college out there. That being said, all you have to do is open up a Google search engine, type in Bob Lewis Washington, and on the first page will be a Ballotpedia article. And that Ballotpedia article will link you, or will show you, his campaign website. Now, you can't access the campaign website normally because he scrubbed it. So if you take the URL for the campaign website, you punch it into the Wayback Machine, voila, it pops up, which is what I did. All right, and I will link this in the description for you. All this stuff that I'm going to talk about will be linked in the description, so please make sure you pay attention to that. All the links for you to explore to your heart's content will be there. Okay, but first and foremost, how I know this his legal name, aside from the fact that I know people who have met him and know his personal information, he lived with some of them. We'll get to that in a minute. But he filed a lawsuit against Google, which you've heard me talk about several times. And you said that you were an attorney, so you should know that it's actually very rare for someone to be able to file a lawsuit under a pseudonym. I did a little bit of looking into it before making this video just to make sure. Please look that up for yourself as well. Don't just take my word for it. That's very rare, so highly unlikely. So I will link, the very first link I'm going to link you is from his own website, where he says he doxes himself. It has, I'm just looking at it, sorry for the pause there, but it has 67 pages of his lawsuit, I believe, that you can view for yourself. And there are links underneath that if you want to click on those and look at them. So everything is there for your viewing pleasure, but he even says that feminists, white nationalists, and mentally unstable MGTOW failed to dox him. So he's admitting that and it says he decided to dox himself in order to sue Google and YouTube. So again, I will link this. This will be the very top link. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to link the campaign website just to make it easier for you. But if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, where you punch it into the Wayback Machine yourself, that's fine as well. I'm just going to give you the links for your ease, and then you can browse around and see what you can dig up. So that addresses that, right? How I know, okay, wait a minute, I may be getting ahead of myself. Sorry. All right, so that right there all is pretty definitive proof that that's his birth name. You ask me if I've met DDJ face to face. The answer to that is no. I have not met DDJ face to face. I'm not. I never said that I did. What I said was people who I have met face to face have met him face to face. He lived with some of them for over a year. He lived on their property. And these are all people that we were planning on, making an intentional community. So we were all going to meet face to face anyways, eventually. It's kind of required. But he actually had several opportunities to meet me face to face, but he declined them. You say you haven't seen any videos of DDJ speaking on camera while showing his face, and we'll cover that. He has done a lot to try to scrub everything. Like I said, the only thing he actually missed was the Ballotpedia link. I guess he didn't figure anyone would find it. Or maybe he's just sloppy. He is pretty lazy, to be honest. So maybe he just wasn't very thorough. But fortunately, someone saved all this shit to the Wayback Machine. So it's there for your viewing pleasure. I'm also going to point out that if you go to the Mad Shingy's stream, I believe it's something called DD Doxer Gets Doxed or something like that. You will see that the Mad Shingy had a back and forth with him and shows his email. That is his email. So what you can do is you can take that email and you can use some tools of the trade and find the social media accounts that were tied to that email. Now you can't necessarily access them straight up. You'll need the Wayback Machine. But if you know what you're doing, you use that email address, and what will pop up? Is Twitter that he purged. However, someone saved it to the Wayback Machine. Oddly enough, some of it's in Spanish, which I find strange, but that's not, really important. So what will pop up is that that Twitter, and that will bring up the picture of him in the pink shirt with someone else. I'm not going to obviously put her face on here because I'm, not much for doing that. I don't like involving innocent people. That's just my policy. However, you will see that he used to have a Facebook, One Citizen's Opinion, and then that links also to his WordPress blog, The One Citizen's Opinion, which you can access, again, via the Wayback Machine. God, the Wayback Machine is just amazing, isn't it? So once again, the reason why you're not finding any of this shit is because DDJ went on a campaign to purge all of it. And the important thing to take note of is a lot of the stuff that you're going to see, the date on it is around 2014. DDJ did not join the MGTOW, Red Pill, or really the Manosphere at large until 2017, where he made his first appearance on the Turd Flinging Monkey Show. And I believe that was somewhere from, I want to say it was somewhere around mid-2017, but don't quote me on it. It was in 2017. That's the only thing I can tell you, for certain. It was in 2017. And all this stuff is from 2014, ranging from 2014 to 2016. So obviously he must have known to try to purge all this shit before, you know, joining the red pill or the manosphere at large, rather. I'm going to link you to some other stuff. He had another social justice blog that you will see once you go browsing around his campaign website. Something called, let's see here, the Independent Voter Project. And what's interesting about this link from the IVN, it's IVN.us, blah, blah, blah. I got to use the Wayback Machine once again. You will see that there are links to different stuff of Mr. Bob Lewis. The ones that I want you to take particular note of are the Twitter link and the email author link. Right? So you do that, and lo and behold, you'll be taken once again to his Twitter, the one with him in the pink shirt, and you will be taken to, if you click the email link, you will have a chance to email him at that email where you saw him going back and forth with the Mad Shangy. So that right there, without a doubt, proves all of it. But again, don't take my word for it. I want you to browse around and look around, especially at the campaign website. I want you to listen to the interview on your own. I only did several minutes of it that I felt were relevant. I wasn't going to go through the entire interview. I don't have that long. I can only record up to 15 minutes. With that said, I'm past 12. So as a final statement, I just want you to know I've made this video to educate you and to help you end your cognitive dissonance. I'm not, upset or angry or anything like that. You and I are still cool, and all of our interactions have been very professional and cordial, so I appreciate that. I also appreciate your viewership, and I just want to point out, though, you did false flag that video, the one you were talking about, the Tucker Carlson. I'm not trying to shame you. I just want to point that out. If you probably didn't exactly take down the video, so there's no real reason for you to apologize or anything. But I just want to let you know. And also, I would not have posted any of this stuff unless I had confirmed for a fact from people who have met the guy that was him. So I'm not about that. So with that said, I appreciate you all, and see you next time.